Sorry, I can edit it out. I do all the editing anyway. Okay, so compose. Now this shit's never gonna come out. Stop staring at me. Sorry, I'll just edit it all out. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to talk about lab handpieces now. You will find dental offices that have a small lab in the back of their office. You will also deal with just laboratories in general. The most common lab handpiece you're going to see is something that looks along the lines of this. Just like with the E-types that we talked about with some, this is a generic motor. You'll find 17 different brands branded to this motor. It takes a standard 3-pin connection that hooks up to a control box. The control box gives you variable speed, forward and reverse. What this is going to be used for is, again, doing adjustments. If the office does their own bleaching trays, they will use this to trim the bleaching trays and make the adjustments before they give them to you. Also for fitting dentures, they'll use this to trim the models. Before they send the model out to the lab, they'll use this to trim. These are very, very inexpensive. Very inexpensive. You can sell these brand new for, I think, like 150 bucks. You can sell just the handpiece, not obviously the whole control box system. But the only thing that really goes wrong are these. In the back of here, this will spin off. One common problem you'll see is this will break a connection. From being used so much, you'll break this. These are replaceable, they're universal. Okay? The other thing you'll have in the back of here, which you can see here and here, are carbon brushes because of the motor that it runs. Eventually those carbon brushes wear out and the motor won't work. The carbon brushes are field serviceable, they're inexpensive to buy. You can buy them and throw them on here. What's not field serviceable is if the actual bearings go bad on the nose cone of these. Pull out this whole system. Of course this one doesn't want to come out. But inside of this nose cone there are 2 bearings that would need to be replaced. You will find these in dental offices and you'll find them in actual full-blown labs. This just plugs right into the back of here. The second type that you'll run into is an air-driven lab handpiece. Okay? Takes a friction burr. That's another one of the differences. This one will take a friction burr. This one takes the bigger slow speed burr. Okay? These work off friction grip. So to put the burr in, you'll put the burr in and then you'll push it down on a hard surface to lock the burr in. To remove the burr, you push on this and it shoots the burr out. All this takes is a single air line. Just plug a single air line into the back of here, and then they can do it. The lab technicians will use this to do fine trimming of dentures and crowns that before they send them out. So to trim the big overall model, they'll use this. To do the fine tuning, they'll use this because they'll put the high-speed burr in here and they'll be able to get into the small cavities and crevices and really be able to fine tune the dentures and everything. These are actually field serviceable. This nose cone comes off, and if you look, it's got an impeller, just like a high speed. Sometimes there's a little set screw that holds this in, but you could pop this turbine out, and there's a bearing on here, just like your high speed bearings. A lot of times it's the Midwest flanged bearing that you'll see on here. There's repair guides on these, there's parts available for these, and again, you can service these right in the field. Very rarely will there be anything in here that goes wrong because it's just directing the airflow up to here, spins your impeller, and then it spins your burr. You'll see a couple different variations of these out there. This is from Buffalo, which you can actually sell these. You're a Buffalo dealer. So Buffalo sells the high speed, and they also sell the motor itself. So you have the ability to sell and service both of these motor systems out in the field. And I'm done.
Parts on the truck for that stuff?